Hi everyone, my name is Adam Abukader. I'm a fourth year student in Computer Technology and Software Development program, and today I will be presenting my final project, which is called Sleep Logger API. It's a custom web app for tracking sleep habits. What it does is it's a simple RESTful API that allows users to log their sleep data, including bedtime, hours slept, and the date. It was built using Flask and Python for the backend and styled with plain HTML and CSS for the front end. The main goal was to allow users to easily track their sleep habits through a minimal interface. All users' information is securely handled. Passwords are hashed before storage. They're privately stored so that even I can't see on the back end what the user's password is. And sensitive data is not exposed in logs or reports. This approach was important to stimulate how user authentication should work in a real world app. Here are the tools I used during the project to build it. I used Python for the backend logic and routing, Flask as the main web framework, HTML and CSS for the front end user interface, Postman for testing API endpoints, which included sending, deleting, posting, and getting, and a CSV file for data storage, which included the user's information, their password, username, and their sleep data. These tools made the project lightweight and easy to develop locally. Initially, I built a simple API with just a few post endpoints. Then I expanded it to get support to get routes for viewing existing records. Later, I started thinking about adding UI and basic HTML front end with fields for sleep hours, bedtime, and date. I also made some backend changes to improve how the CSV file handled repeated data entries. One of my biggest wins was successfully collecting structured sleep data, and I was able to parse it into meaningful insights. For example, this chart shows how my sleep hours vary across different days. That's one of the main goals, making patterns in personal data easy to use. This shows the user data on the back end and it shows it on the front end, what the user sees. Green for 7 to 9 hours, over 10 hours is yellow, and under 7 hours is red. A few technical issues came up along the way. I got 400 errors when sending malformed post requests. I had to validate formats for time and date. Some browser side issues made form submissions tricky to debug, like when the user was creating a user on the front end. A lot of times it wouldn't save to the back end, and overall, these help me understand what a robust input validation should look like. Some successes: I got the web interface and API working together even without a framework like React. The CSV logging system worked well for testing and development. However, there were some disappointments. I wasn't able to add a database support, so it is all stored locally instead of being stored on a cloud server, and it is not mobile optimized yet, and it is not hosted on a public server. So everything is supported locally and it's a web-based application. If I had more time, I definitely add more input data, and I would replace the CSV with a cloud database like Firebase or PostgreSQL, so that way nothing is local, and that way the project could be scaled up or even publicly shared for other people to use. Thank you guys for taking your time to learn about my Sleep Logger API. I enjoyed building it, and I hope it gave you a look into how basic APIs can support meaningful data tracking. Have a great day, guys.